Welcome to I Am Well podcast. I am your host, Gemma, a nutritionist and mindset coach passionate about all things health and wellness. I'm going to take you on a journey to discovering what health means for you and how to create a life you love living. I'm on a mission to uplift those who feel overwhelmed with what it means to be healthy, reminding you, my listeners, that nutrition is only one aspect of health, and empower you to live your best life on your terms. Let's get to it. Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to my very first podcast. This is just insane. This is something that I have wanted to do for so long now. And, I just kind of always shot myself in the foot and was kind of always like, oh, I don't have time. Oh, no, I won't do it. Who will listen to me? What do I know? And then the more I started my business and I became a nationally recognized nutritionist, and I realized, hey, I do know a lot of stuff and I have been through so much and have so much experience to share that all I want to do is just help people out there that feel like they're just stuck, like they're sick of this diet culture. You can't eat this, take out that, that's not healthy, do this. And it's just becomes overwhelming because believe me, I was there too. I was in that exact same position. Okay, let's talk a little bit I'm going to go through a little bit about me to start off with and why I'm doing this and why I'm really just so passionate about it. So let me take you back to the start. So I was a dancer from when I was real young. I was 8 and I became obsessed and I took it so seriously. And throughout my whole schooling, my high school years, all I focused on was dancing. I would push myself to the absolute limit. When people were going to formals, I would they'd go to the formal after party. I missed out on my year 10 formal after party because I was no, I had some dance competition or something to do with dancing. I can't actually remember what it was, but I was no, I'm not going. I'm staying home because I need to dance. It was my life. And the thing that comes with that territory is learning about foods from a very young age, what to put into my body that will help me to be the best dancer I can be. And we would get this drilled into us. This is a crazy story that I remember when I was 13, I think. And one of the girls I was really good friends with at the time, she used to come in and bring snacks in her bag. I remember one time she brought a box, I think it was a box of shapes. I actually can't remember what it was. And I don't even know how this happened because this would not happen, this would not be okay today. But I remember the teacher actually going into her bag and being what is this? This is and showcasing it in front of everyone, pretty much saying how unhealthy she was and how bad it was. Well, that's what it looked like to me anyway. So I remember I was around those kind of scenarios from a very young age. And this is where it kind of started to become a little bit toxic for me. And I'm sure many dancers out there can relate a lot to this. Because I don't know how it is now. I haven't been in the dance industry for a long time. But it was kind of toxic when it came to eating and stuff. I remember there were times where some people wouldn't eat and it would just be about smoking. It was insane. Anyway, flash forward to now and what is kind of led up to why I became a nutritionist. So I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, I don't know how long ago now. My daughter's 4. It was just after, so maybe about 3 years ago. And Hashimoto's is an underactive thyroid. And it's where you have these antibodies in your system. This is what I got told from my doctor, that the antibodies were in my system since I was born. and they have been attacking my thyroid. Well, they've only just started. They apparently get kick-started when you come under stress. So after I gave birth, you would say that was a stressful time on my body. These antibodies started trying to attack my thyroid, thinking something was wrong. Now, your thyroid is like the homeostasis of your body. This is where it controls your temperature of your body. So I used to feel, when I didn't know I was underactive, I would feel really cold. When other people would like, no, it's hot, I would put on weight because it helps control your metabolism. And I'd feel really tired because my pituitary gland was working to the max because my thyroid wasn't. So it was trying to help. It was trying to take over. I didn't get told a lot by my doctor why I kind of had it. She kind of just said they don't really know. They think it's genetics. Well, I started doing my own research, and this is where I really tried to hone in on nutrition again, because it was like something that I'm really passionate about. And I thought this would save me. This will help me. It'll help me regulate everything. It'll help me fix everything. But there is so much noise out there with nutrition. There's so much, especially when it comes to if you have an autoimmune disease. If you literally search diet and autoimmune disease, there will be so much contradicting information out there, where it's like, you should go gluten-free, you should go dairy-free, you should do fasting, you shouldn't do fasting, you should, like, there's so much out there. And I failed by listening to it all and taking it all on. And this is why I'm just so passionate about treating clients individually. One diet does not suit everyone. And nutrition, there's so much conflicting information and updating information every day. Every day something new comes out. They used to think that eggs were bad for our health. Eggs, they used to say, would give heart disease, and you can't have too many eggs. If you have high cholesterol, avoid eggs. Do you know now they say to have eggs, that this is wrong? That this was taken from a study that was done where the evidence was misleading and it wasn't actually so? Because it's really hard when you create studies centered around nutrition and what diet works and what diet doesn't. It's hard when you have a group of case studies. So say you have like 12 people and you're testing one diet on all of them. Everyone's metabolism might be different. Everyone's hormones might be different. Everyone's stress levels. So it's very hard to make studies that have a definite answer. So that's why I totally get it. Like, I am exhausted from it all. Even just talking about this right now, like, it is exhausting. I believe you literally have to try different things, and you have to try them one at a time and give them a certain amount of time. So give it 30 days, at least 30 days, implementing it, for you to try to see if it's working before you start changing for something else. There is so much more. The good thing is, it's not all doom and gloom. The good thing is there is so much more information out there now on what we can do, and little things, like, it's not all just about eliminating. Like, I hate when you just hear you can't have, especially, like, this is a good example, like when it comes to blood sugar levels, there's a lot out there that's saying oats is bad for you, right? I don't know if you've come across a video that said oats is bad, don't have oats in the morning. And I'm going to be honest with you, there is some truth to this, because oats they're a starch. So that it technically it's glucose going into your system, which is a sugar. So when you eat this, it gives you a sugar spike in your system. So it gives you an instant hit of energy. But the thing with that is, the higher you go up, the quicker you'll fall down and crash too. So around about 2 hours later, you're going to be really tired and hungry again. So that's why everyone's saying you can't have oats in the morning. But if you love your oats, you love having them in the morning, keep eating them. There is ways around this. But if you have oats and mix it with protein, mix it with fiber, so add some, berries, like mixed berries. Blueberries, great for great antioxidant. Mix it with strawberries. And if you add a healthy fat like almond butter, you are kind of cloaking the glucose, the sugar spike. So it's not going to have such a detrimental, it's not going to give you as much of a boost of energy right away. And then that means you're not going to have this huge crash after. So it's little things like this that you don't kind of get the full story of when it comes to seeing videos on social media. It's like, you can't have oats. Oats are bad. And then you're like, oh, great. Another thing I have to get rid of in my diet. No, you don't. You don't have to get rid of it. I just realized this is so off topic, but sometimes when I talk, I catch myself, and I'm probably going to do it a lot, and I could just start giggling. I turn into like that real Aussie whiny accent that everyone makes fun of. And I just said, don't, like, no. I'm like, oh my God, it kills me every time. It's like that thing that goes around from H2O, like, Cleo, no. So if you hear me do that and I start laughing, I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at myself because of my accent. But yes, so this is what happens with misinformation that gets put out there. The thing with nutrition, it has saved me a lot. Like, it has helped me understand the different times to eat, when to eat to help my energy levels, to help me when I want to emotionally eat too, when I feel down. And we will go into this a lot in future episodes about women and the menstrual cycle and how you should eat around that. But when I get close, like a week before my period, I feel so down, and all I want to do is just eat something that makes me feel good. So eat chocolate. Lucky for me, it's chocolate. Like, I'm not a lolly person. Let's say you do love lollies. Say you love lollies and you're like, coming up to my period and I want to have lollies. Instead of trying to fixate on not having lollies and then breaking down and then having a binge full of lollies and then feeling guilty about it and going through that cycle, simple hacks you can literally do to prevent you having such a massive influx of sugar that's going to get turned straight to fat. What you can do is you can either have a meal before those lollies. So if you're having lunch or dinner, eat that first and then have the lollies after. You could turn the lollies into a dessert, mix it with a good healthy yogurt. My favorite yogurt is Siggi's. Look it up, Siggi. They sell it at my Woolworths because they have actual probiotics in there, good bacteria. Whereas a lot of yogurts out there, they don't have that. And it's just flat sugar. And you're like, you told me to have yogurt before my lollies and it's not working. It's like, no, it's because the yogurt you're having is full of sugar. Or have the lollies and then straight after go for a run, go for a walk. Like, exercise, it's been proven just doing a little bit of 10-minute exercise after will lower that sugar spike. So it's not just about taking things away from your diet. It's actually more so adding to your diet. So I feel like this is the perfect segue into just kind of letting you know what the rest of the episodes, like what you have to look forward to. There will be some episodes where we will go into educational tips on what I've learnt in nutrition to help prevent or help manage your autoimmunity, your stress, how to help you lose weight, tone up, gain muscle. But I will also be diving into other aspects of health, your mental health, your health and wellness, what you're thinking day to day, your subconscious mind. Did you know that we have on average 50,000 to 60,000 thoughts every single day? What are you thinking? It's all about creating that awareness. The thing that helped me, the thing that saved me when I hit rock bottom 2 years ago is self-development and working on my subconscious mind and really worked on myself. I could then be there for others. Thank you so much for listening to this first episode. There will be episodes released weekly, and we will dive into all things health and wellness and how to make sure that you are living your best life and create the best version of you. I'm all about helping others and helping yourself. And I will say this because I'm a parent myself and I know what it's like. If there are any parents out there that are listening to this, this is a reminder that you need to start looking after yourself. You cannot help your children if you are not in the best possible position for yourself. Not even the best. Just like we sometimes like just don't even focus on ourselves altogether because we're like, oh, we don't have time. Like I did not buy clothes for myself for like a good 18 months because it was always like, just focus on the clothes for the kids. And I didn't realize how much that affected me mentally. You need to start looking after you. You need to start teaching your kids how, if you look after yourself, how important that is. Self-care is important and it's needed. So this is that little reminder from me to you that it's time to start working on you now. But thanks for listening. And I'm excited. I'm excited to share my knowledge and I'm excited to help you on your journey to creating the best version of you. I hope everyone has an amazing day and look after you so you can look after others. Okay? All right. Bye.